What's going on, everyone? What's going on? This is Sega Man back with another podcast, man. It's been a while. I'm glad you guys can come and join me. I really appreciate whoever comes in, comes in. I sent a link to my brother Hebot. Hopefully, Hebot will come in and join us, you know. But I wanted to catch up with you guys. I see that StreamYard has a couple of, different, things that they added to the StreamYard, a couple new backgrounds, a new countdown, something different. But hey, it's good to be back, guys. It's been a while since I did a podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. I know we had Gamescom going on. I didn't really get to watch Gamescom because I've been busy, but I'm going to actually watch Gamescom from part one to part two and whatever they have left. So yeah, man, it looks like promising. There was a few games that me and brother Hebot talked about that's coming out. For Xbox, it's looking good for Xbox right now. It's really looking good for Xbox right now. There's a lot of hate out there, though. A lot of hate for the handheld. That's one thing we're going to talk about today. But it's good to see that you guys are here. Chat, welcome to all comes in. Welcome, chat. If you have any content. Any thoughts or comments about Gamescom, please put it in the description. We'll talk about it. We'll have Brother Hebon here, I guess, soon. I told him I would send him a link, which I did. So hopefully he'll come and join us. It's good to see you guys. It's been a long time since I did a podcast. I've been doing a couple videos on thoughts about the gaming community and how they just keep reacting to Xbox. But I tell you one thing, guys, it's really a shame. It's very, very a shame how they act today, when it comes to Xbox. There's so much hate and so much salt out here from these fake content creators, that are supposed to be gamers, but all they do is talk about Xbox all the time. These are supposed to be, diehard, gamers, and they like Sony and they like Sony products and games, right? But it seems like all they do ever talk about is Xbox. Xbox is always in their mouth. And a lot of these content creators like Dreamcast Lies and Reforged Trash and Baldy Locks Weirdo, they're terrible, man. MBG, he's out here crying, They're all in denial about the Xbox Rogue Ally. They want to be dead on arrival. Now what they're trying to do is they're trying to put the PS4 Pro's price up against the most expensive Xbox Rogue Ally X, which is $900. And they're trying to, well, look, you can get a PS5 Pro for $700, and the Rogue Ally is $900. Like, they're trying to do stupid stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's a shame. It's a shame what they're doing out here when it comes to that. But there's two different ones that you can get. You can get the one that's $550, okay, and then you can get the other one, which is $900. I mean, the $550 one. I mean, yes, it's 720p, but it's still an Xbox handheld. Me and brother Hebut were talking about this the other night. He was telling me a little bit more about it, but that's the way it is, That's just the way it is, And anything, like I said, anything Xbox puts out, they have to do that. They have to, do that. It's a shame, but that's what they do. It is a shame, but I mean, there's nothing that that we can do about it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Tool Man, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, Tool Man in the house. What's up, brother? I was thinking maybe playing some Gears later, man. That'd be cool to have you have us play some Gears. That'd be awesome. But good to see you here, man. I'm glad you're here, brother. It's been a while since I did a podcast, guys. I'm a little rusty. I'm a little behind the times because I've just been busy with work and family. taking care of personal things, different things like that. Adidas, what's up, brother? Adidas 20, always in the house, always saluting, man, with the salute emoji at work, tuning in. That's what's up, brother. Got to put that work in, my man. Got to put that work in every day. Put that grind on so you can buy these, awesome, awesome Xbox Rogue Ally X systems. They got 2 SKUs. They talk like there's only one SKU. They want to be done on arrival like Weirdo Baldilocks, X-Vault Weirdo, Reforged Trash and Dreamcast Lies. They just, man, these guys, I tell you what, fellas, these guys can't stop. They're beyond terrible. They're making a mockery of their channel. They're making a mockery of their self. Even their own chat is against them. What do you think about that, guys? Even their own chat is saying, what's wrong with Game Pass? Game Pass does this and that. And then they like to mute them and keep them quiet. You know what I mean? Like Reforged Trash. He really does not know how to treat his fan base. And he's going to end up losing subscribers, which I think he already is, because he's nothing but a toxic content creator. That's all he is. These PlayStation trolls, they're terrible. They're terrible, man. They're terrible when out here in the gaming community. These guys cannot stop. They got it, especially that one guy, X-Vault Trash, X-Vault Weirdo Gaming. That dude is such an idiot out here, man. I mean, that dude's an idiot. He just regurgitates what everybody else says, man. He's not real. He's not authentic. His channel's garbage. He's trash. You know what I mean? And hey, guys, to all the true gamers out here, salute to you. Listen to your brother, Sega Man. Do not subscribe to these channels and give them thumbs down. Let's do like Dreamcast Live says. I hope everybody is doing well today. And if you can you give him a thumbs down and do not subscribe? These guys are just they're terrible out here. They do nothing but spread rhetoric. They're not positive about gaming. They're always negative, especially about Xbox. That's all they do, guys. I want to give a shout out to my crew before we get really started. Brother Hebot, I hope will be here. Hebot, brother, if you can hear me, man, I sent you the link, brother. If you're going to come in and rock out with me for a little bit, man, I would appreciate it. But I want to give a shout out to Brother Hebot. I want to give a shout out to my brother Unlimited Productions. Big shout out to him. He just did a little tour of his game room, part 1. It's set up very nice. Looks very cool. You know what I mean? Two screen TVs on the wall. It looks very nice, very eloquent. Very, very nice. So big shouts out to Brother Unlimited Productions. Big shouts out to my brother, the Don King of Xbox, Erox X. My brother, Tuckmaster, Dea4568. I think she's been really, really busy. We haven't seen her for a while. Hopefully she's doing well. And a big shout out to our brother, Others Inc. The Xbox brother with the numbers. Facts. You know what I mean? Big shouts out to him. Shouts out to all the other great content creators like 108 Dragon, a Brother 100. Big shouts out to those guys in their podcast, man. If you want to listen to true podcasts, listen to us. We don't tell you no lies. You know what I mean? We're not out here spreading toxic rhetoric out here in the gaming community. It is time for them to face the music. You dig what I'm saying? They cannot deny what Xbox is doing. We're going to be able to play their games. On that, when we get that Steam implemented, we're going to be able to play their games. Okay? Like, what? A lot of these guys are saying that we're port begging and we're dry begging. See, they get a chance to say that because they're butthurt about Steam being implemented in the next Xboxes. And that's another thing, Xbox brothers and Xbox ladies and gentlemen. They always think that there's not going to be another console. They're saying that Xbox is dead. They cannot grasp reality. They cannot grasp reality. You know what I'm saying, guys? They don't think there's going to be another console. They think that the Rogue LIX is dead on arrival. These guys, you can't make this stuff up. You know what I mean? They're just it's comical right now. It's very comical. You have a lot of content creators out there right now that are PC guys that are making in front of these guys big time. Sigs and Serial, real young brother. He's very talented. He makes me laugh all the time. Gangster, 81. You know, he's another one out here. These guys just don't understand, and they don't want to face reality. No, no. Let me put it another way. They do understand. They're in denial. They don't want to face reality. Rather you like it or not, Reforged Trash, Baldy Locks Gaming, and Dreamcast Lies, Sony PlayStation is a third-party publisher. Whether you like it or not. See, they have their minds are gone. The first game that came over, I believe the first game that came over to Xbox, guys, was Bugsnax. I believe Bugsnax was the first game that came over to Xbox. Even back then, to me, they were becoming a third-party publisher. That was on their system, right? And Bugsnax came over here. Was that the first game that came over from Sony? I believe it was Bugsnax. I know it's a very weirdo game, and I did try it out. I actually tried it out because I tried everything. It's very weird, okay? But it did come out. They just don't want to admit that they're a third-party publisher right now. They're a third party. Whether they like it or not, it doesn't matter if your games come out first on PC. You're still third party. Get it through your head. You're a third party publisher, whether you like it or not. And your other games are going to come over. The Last of Us, I'm hearing, is coming over. There's other games that are coming over. And I guarantee you, and they love to like flip the script. They said that Xbox fans do not buy games. Really? Seriously? Because we invest in Ultimate Game Pass, we don't buy games? Let me tell you a little something, okay? X-Vault Weirdo Gaming. Okay? We double dip. We get Ultimate Game Pass, right? We buy the game in Ultimate Game Pass, plus we buy the physical copy of the game without it being in Game Pass. We double dip. We double buy games. That's how we are. We buy way more games than the Sony fan base ever has. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to damage control, and I'm not being salty or mean. Xbox guys and Xbox ladies buy way more games and invest way more in the Xbox ecosystem than Sony PlayStation fans ever have. Why do you think you guys keep getting remakes all the time? Let me tell you a little something. I did a video. I beat The Last of Us today. It's done. I beat it this morning. It's done. I beat The Last of Us Remastered on my PS4 this morning. You guys don't even beat those games. And that game's old. You guys, it's a great game. Gears of War can hold a candle to The Last of Us, and its greatness awaits, but yet you never even played the game. And if you did play the game, you probably only played 15 or 20 minutes of the game, so you can run back on social media and say, wow, the graphics look way better than Gears of War that you guys always taught us about, and we have the real greatness await games. I beat your game. I beat your game, and I'm not going to give you my opinion about it on the podcast. That's for another video. I did part 1. People seen the video. If you didn't see the video, guys, check out part 1 of me and giving you my opinion about The Last of Us Remastered on the PS4. I rented it from my local library. Yes, I don't want to buy The Last of Us. All right? I don't want to buy it. You guys already know what type of games I buy on PlayStation 4. The old beat-em-ups and the shoot-em-ups. And possibly physical games that don't come out on Xbox that they refuse to put out, like some of the shmup games, a lot of the fighting games, like the one Street Fighter collection, I have to buy on there. I got it on the Switch. Okay, I got it for $20 on sale at Best Buy. Okay, and I might get it on the PS4. I don't know. I like to have physical copies of my games, that fighting games, shmup games, any games like that. I like having those. So Um, we'll see. We will see. It all depends. But I heard Gamescom was pretty good. But I tell you what, these guys are so salty. When they started talking about the Rogue Ally X, they went ballistic. You know what I mean? Oh, it's not going to play your whole game, your whole library of games. They always got to try to push the narrative when it comes to Xbox. They do this all the time, right? All the time. I would love to hear Brothers Hebot's opinions about it. Hopefully, he'll be joining me soon because I'm not going to be on here too long. I might stay on for like another hour. Like it's maybe an hour and a half, and that's it. If nobody's going to come in and join me, I don't want to go too long with the podcast because I made the podcast really to get my brother's opinions, you know, about what they thought of Gamescom and what they think about what's going on here in the gaming community and everybody in the chat that always hold it down and supported us. You know, it's good. It's good to hear you guys' comments all the time, you know, about what you think of what do you guys Adidas, if you're Adidas 20, Toolman, if you guys are in here, what do you guys think of Gamescom? Did you guys like it? I mean, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comment sections below if you guys are still here. If you guys watched it all the way through. I'm going to binge watch it. I didn't get to watch it, guys, because of the way I work. And there's just a lot of stuff I had to take care of. Like I went to see my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter needed some things. We did dinner together and stuff like that. So it's, you know, my family's always first. First and foremost, my family's always first before gaming. Gaming is last, way last. You know what I mean? So it's really good to see you guys, and it feels good to do the podcast. It really feels good to come back and do the Xbox Forever podcast, man, because that's what it's gonna be. You know, to the very end, it's gonna be Xbox. You know what I mean? I am a diehard Xbox fan. Yes, I do own other systems, and I do play on other systems because I'm a gamer. At the end of the day, I'm a gamer. At the end of the day, I'm a gamer, but I do bleed green, and my preferred console will always be the Xbox, even though I own PlayStations and Nintendos. But my console of choice is the Xbox, the best box. You know, there is no power greater than X. They can say whatever they want to say. And I'm so glad because I'm going to tell you what, I see people unsubscribing to them. They actually come on and say, I think there's been a few people unsubscribing to my channel, you know, because I guess my content, like MBG, all that guy does is cry. Cry all the time. Why all the hate for the new Xbox handheld? You know, seriously, why all the hate? Then they're trying to say that the PlayStation Portal is a better handheld console to have than the Rogue Ally X. Are you kidding me right now? Seriously? This is brand new tech. That PlayStation Portal is a dumpster fire. It's trash. It's nothing but a streaming tablet. That's all it is. It's trash. You know what I mean? And they're trying to say, oh, I'd rather have the PlayStation Portal. Well, go ahead and get that PlayStation Portal. It's garbage. Ain't nobody bought it. Nobody really bought that. Do you hear them talking about any of the games on there? Do you hear them doing any reviews on PlayStation Portal? On the games, on the peripherals, on how it looks? Have you ever, I'm talking about the guys that are out here always putting Xbox in their mouth. Have you ever seen them do any gameplay of the Portal? Actually, any gameplay of the PlayStation 5 Pro that can't do a little bit mo? They don't put that on blast, but they like to put Xbox on blast, right, Toolman? Adidas, this is what they like to do. You know what I mean? Always trying to push the narrative all the time when it comes to Xbox. We got a lot to look forward to. Like in Game Pass right now, Ultimate Game Pass is the best. Is the best, man. It is the best thing on the market right now. I mean, they're so mad. Oh, they're so mad. So mad about Game Pass, man. It'll never end. It'll never end. We just got, how many new games did we get, guys? We got a new Persona game that just dropped in there. We got a really cool game that I'm playing, the Rogue. I think it's called the Rogue Prince of Persia. I'm playing that right now. We just had that drop in the Game Pass. I think the other one's called Hurdling. Herds, like you. I tried it out. It's like a little kid that commands like these sheep-looking creatures and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of cool. It's a laid-back, chill game. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of games that that have been gone into Ultimate Game Pass lately. You know what I mean? Assassin's Creed Mirage, Rain World, a unique game. You know what I mean? There's all kind of Farming Simulator 25 if you're into that. We got Frag Punk. We got Grounded 2, which is pretty damn awesome. People are raving about that. That's in Game Pass. The other game that's really, really cool, the sword game, was it Wu Chang Fallen Feathers? If I said that right, that's another good one I tried. The Tony Hawk 3+4. There's another, was it a snowboarding game that came out in there? So, I mean, there's a lot of games like this really, this one game is really weird that I played on here, guys, that I tried. I hope you guys tried. It's called My Friendly Neighborhood. That game, that game with the puppets, it's pretty freaky, bro. It's different. It's really different. That's why I like Xbox. And Xbox is like, they have just a different majority of games that is so different. That is so different. Like Wheel World, like with the biker game that you can play where you play on when you're on a riding a bike. They just have so many different types of games that's for everybody. You know what I mean? Way more than what PlayStation and Nintendo will ever have. Anthony Chipmunk in the house. What's up, brother? AKA Tony Tone. What's up, man? Glad to see you, man. Appreciate you coming and rocking out with us, man. That's awesome. That's really awesome, man. Glad to see you coming and hanging out with us, brother. That's cool. But I mean, this is what I'm talking about, man. You know, they Ultimate Game Pass, and yes, it has went up. So what? It's worth the money. For 1 month, it's $20. Okay, all right. It's going to have to go up. You could get Game Pass since it came out for $1 just to try it. They would do it all the time. Or you could try it for just a freaking dollar. You know what I mean? And it was $15 for the longest time. Okay, it went up $5. It's worth it. It's well worth it. You get day and date exclusives. You don't get that with PlayStation, do you? You don't. You don't get that with PlayStation at all. Still trying to figure this out, guys. Hold on. What's up, 100? 100 in the house? What's up, big brother? Big brother 100 in the house. What's up, man? I'm going to hook up with you later on today. If you're online, I'm going to actually, after I do the podcast, brother, if nobody comes in, I'm going to come on and catch up with you, my G. I see you're on YouTube right now. So I'm actually going to come in and talk to you, brother. I haven't talked to you in a while. So big shouts out to 100. 100, I think, was at Gamescom, and he did a few videos, I think, talking about the Rogue Ally X. So yeah, I would like to talk to brother 100, man, and say what's up to him. Go check out the XWO podcast. I think my brother 100 will be on stage tonight. So check him out in the crew, Punisher, Livewire, and Flip the Script, Flip Money. That's my name for Flippy Flip. Flip the Script, Flip Money. Be flipping the script all the time. Bet I got you, brother. I see you. Bet I'm gonna come on and talk to you, my G. Come and talk to you, my G, when I'm done, man. I'm not gonna be on long, brother. I just wanted to come on and catch up with the Xbox family, G. You know what I mean? I wanted to catch up with everybody, say salute, and see how everybody was doing over here on the right side, which is the Xbox side. You know what I mean? You understand me? I bleed green. I bleed green from beginning to the end. You know what I mean? So yeah, check out Brother 100 tonight. I'm gonna go on there and talk to him in probably about a half hour. I'm gonna try to get Heatbox thoughts on some things. I did see you in the link, but if not, I'm just gonna rock out with the chat. You know what I mean? So Good to see you, brother 100. 100 always be keeping you in the loop, man. So check out the channel. You know, brother 100's been with Xbox day one. Day one, brother. That's a real one. That's a real OG out here. Brother 100. Thank you for coming, brother. I appreciate you. But I've been playing some great games on here, man. I've been playing some great games on Ultimate Game Pass. They keep bringing all kind of games in, bro. It's worth it. I just bought. Listen, today, 100 everybody. I just bought 2 more months on CD keys. I just bought 2 more months. 2 months came to $36. Okay, then that's not bad. That's not bad for 2 months. $36. See, people don't understand. In those 2 months, you know, these pony trolls, these PlayStation trolls, they don't get it through their thick pony heads. You know what I mean? You look how many games you get every month. During the weeks of the month that we're in, every week something goes into Game Pass. Every week. If it's not every week, it's every other week, guys. It validates your purchase of the Game Pass. If it's $20 for 1 month, okay? How many games went into Game Pass that just passed? One, two, like 3. The Persona game, I think it's Persona Golden something. The really cool Prince of Persia game. I think it's the Herding game. There's one called War Thunder. You know, just all these games. That's more than $20. What's up, Zink? What's up, brother? Made it. Hit the like button. Thank you, my brother. What's up, Big Zink? Good to see you here, man. I'm just here chilling for a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be on too long, though, Zink, man. I was trying to get Hebot on, brother. You know, see if Unlimited wanted to come in. I'm just going to be on for a little bit, man. I'm not going to be on too long. I'm going to get back to gaming. But yeah, Zink, check it out, brother. Your boy Sega Man beat. Your boy Sega Man beat The Last of Us remastered on my PS4. You know what I mean? I beat the game. I talked about it. I did a little video about it. A1 was on there. A1 Emmanuel was on there and said, man, Sega Man, why couldn't you wait for it to come to Xbox? Because it's coming to Xbox next year. You know what? You know what, other Zink? Anthony, Chipmunk, 100. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it on the Xbox, and I'm going to beat it again. Because we beat and play games and say names. You guys don't beat shit. The only thing you beat is your meat. That is it. To porn that you watch on PlayStation. You like the OG bringing out the stuff that was back in the day that we used to say when we was first doing our podcasts. Because that's what you guys do. You keep Xbox in your mouth. Xbox is so much in your mouth, the inside of your mouth is green. Your tongue is green right now. Your teeth are staying with green stains. Because you keep Xbox balls and penises in your mouth. Because all you ever do is talk about Xbox. Xbox this. The Rogue Allies did. Xbox Rogue Allies did day one. There's not going to be a new console. The Game Pass, Ultimate Game Pass is dead. All you guys do is talk about Xbox 24/7. You're Xbox hoes. You know that? Who knows that you guys are Xbox hoes? That's what you are. I'm just keeping it real. You're hoes. That's all you do is talk about Xbox. Xbox in your mouth. You know what I mean? You're Xbox hoes with green ass pantyhose. That's how you are, man. Look, I'm just keeping it real. You don't talk about nothing else. You don't even talk about your own system. For right now, don't you have the most powerful console? The PlayStation 5 Pro? Are you talking about that? Are you talking about how great it is? No. You keep talking about the Xbox. You don't even talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro. For what I'm hearing from people, it's not meeting up to its standards. The regular PlayStation runs circles around the PS5 Pro. I thought you knew. Just to let you know, this is what's going on here in the know in the Xbox streets. That the PlayStation Pro can't even do a little bit mo. It can't. In my opinion, I still think the Xbox Series X can still dance circles around both those systems. I don't care if it has a little bit more power, whatever it has in it. I don't care. I don't believe it. For 1 minute, Zinc. Brother Zinc, my Xbox brother. I just don't believe that. I believe the Series X can still dance circles around the PS5 Pro and a regular PlayStation 5. That's just what I believe. First off, the Xbox Series S can play way more games in native 4K and 60 frames per second more than both of those systems combined. And it does more 120 frame per second games in 4K more than both of those systems combined. Am I right or am I right? Crickets, because it's true. It's true. Sega man, why are you damage controlling? Not damage controlling. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. We play games over here. Do you see me on social media constantly making videos, doing podcasts about PlayStation, about you guys? I don't do nothing on you guys because you're pathetic. You don't even beat games. I just beat your game on your PlayStation. I beat your game. I did. I beat your game. And I'm going to give my opinion on it too. I'm not done. I did part 1. I'm not done yet. I'm not near done. I beat your game, man. You don't even play your games. I play your games. And I beat them. And then I give you my opinion about it. I gave it another chance. It was okay. But I will tell you this, man. I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm going to tell you what about PlayStation games. And you guys know this because you guys own PlayStations. I know the Xbox brothers own PlayStations. I know they do. If they don't own a PlayStation 5, I know they own a PlayStation 4 Pro or a PlayStation 4. I know they do. You know, not all of them. Like brother, you'll never see Brother Sega forever though. He don't. He don't. Okay. But I know that a lot of the Xbox brothers own all systems. They own an Xbox as their preferred console. They own a Switch and they own a PlayStation 5 or they own a PlayStation 4. Brother Unlimited Productions owns a PlayStation 5 and a Nintendo Switch and an Xbox Series X and S. And his preferred console is the Xbox Series X. Right? Because it is. It is. That game is so long drawn. That game is, man, it's like watching The Young and the Restless. I'm being serious. The cutscenes are so long on that game. It's pathetic. It's way too long, man. It's just way too long, man. I'm like, man, how long are they going to keep doing this? You know, how long are they going to keep? How long are they going to keep doing this, man? You know, it's crazy, bro. It just, I mean, it was like from what I can tell you, nah, forget it. You know what? Nah, bump that. I'm gonna tell you a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit. Okay. Let me just tell you a little bit of my opinion on it, man. It's the little girl is just man, she's treated like a rag doll because she's infected, right? And one of the saddest parts I told he bought is where the young blood and his brother, the black dude and his little brother, when his brother, when they got into the fight, when I had to shoot them with the sniper rifle, the zombies coming after them to get them to come to the house, and I had to shoot him down, he got infected. The little brother got infected. Spoiler alert, I don't care if you didn't beat it. You should have beat it by now or played it by now, PlayStation trolls. So when his brother gets bit, all right, and he's changing, and Allie's yelling for them to come in there, and dude goes in there with Ollie, and his brother's there changing, and then I think what did he do? I forgot. Did he shoot it? Yeah, he shot his brother, right? I believe he shot his little brother, and then he shot himself. He blew his own head off. That's sad, bro. That's sad, man. That's a sad thing, bro. It's a sad thing. But The Last of Us reminds me of Uncharted. And I told you guys this in my last video, because if you played Uncharted before, it's a bunch of getting the ladder for Ollie. You're getting you're getting a pilot that goes in the water to get her because she can't swim. You know what I mean? So it's a bunch of that. Just like it feels like Uncharted with zombies. That's what it feels like. It felt like Uncharted with zombies. Then you got that pervert dude that I guess he wanted to try to like do nasty stuff with Ollie, like the one dude in the restaurant part I kept sticking him with the knife, kept shanking him until he died. He's like some kind of pervert dude, right? And stuff like that. That's like near the end. We're in the snow and all that stuff. But it was really drawn out, long cut scenes. The graphics were, man, I don't know. The graphics were okay. They didn't look. They just didn't look good to me. They just didn't. They were okay. A lot of the backgrounds of the game, like if you're on a mountain, okay, and you look down at the city in The Last of Us Remaster, it's very grainy and blurry. You know what I mean? Like, what was cool? I'll tell you what was cool I liked in the game. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is in the game. You get to see the bridge. I was familiar with the little bridge, when you're downtown. And some of the parts, they had it all crammed in the buildings. I recognized the buildings, different things like that. But it was grainy. It was very grainy. There was a lot of popping in the game. I have a nice 4K TV now, Samsung TV downstairs, a 58-inch. A 58-inch Samsung. Yeah, I know it's a weird number. It's pretty big, but it tells you what the resolution and stuff is on it. Like when you put the game in, different things like that. It notices, like it'll pick it up. It'll say, "Hey, this game has low latency. Do you want to do this, that, or whatever?" I like it. It's pretty cool, but it's very grainy. All right, the graphics. It looks like a 360 game that got polished to play on the new Xboxes. You know how it looks good. It looks like some of the games look very, very good, and some of them you're like, it's a little grainy, but it's polished a little bit. They polished it up a little bit. It kind of looks like that. The Last of Us on PS4, and you PlayStation trolls cannot say shit to me. I'm giving you my opinion. I beat your game, okay? I beat your game. It's a lot of stealth, sneaking around, shanking the hell out of the guys and different things like that. There's a lot of things you have to do in the game, especially like getting ladders, climbing this, doing that, getting stuff for Ollie. You know what I mean? Just different things like that. The guy ends up really caring about her a lot and all this. And they end up at the end, they're going into another town, and it ends. Now there's side missions too in this remaster thing. So now I'm with her girlfriend in this mall. It's a side mission where we got to break out of this mall. So I'm beating the side missions, and then I'm taking that back to the library. So your boy Sega, man, has proved in and out that I beat your games. I beat your games. I play your games and say names. And I give The Last of Us remake, I give it a 4. No, let me see. From 1 to 10. Yeah, honestly, from 1 to 10, I give it a 4. I give it a 4.5. That's just being generous, okay? I'm not being mean. Okay, I'm not damage controlling. That game is not greatness, okay? I'm sorry. It's all right game. Like I said, it's Uncharted with zombies. That's what it is. It's Uncharted with zombies. That's all that game is. Okay. It has, and I'll give them this. It does have a nice the story. The story is okay. The story's all right. Okay, it is. I'm not gonna knock the story. The story's kind of it's all right. Okay, it keeps you going. Keeps you wanting to see what happens at the end. I'm not gonna lie, it does. Like I told you, I beat it. All right, but it's definitely Uncharted with zombies. Sony is not creative, guys. I'm sorry, they're just not creative. They either bite what Xbox does, or they either bite what Nintendo does. Okay, and they make it and they put it on the PlayStation. You can tell that they bite games. That's what they do. They copy. It's called the copy station, the copycat station. It is. And a lot of their games they use like Naughty Dog used, like they did in Uncharted. It feels like Uncharted with zombies. I'm just saying, Uncharted with zombies and perverts. That's basically what the game is. All right, straight up. All right. I did a little video on it. A lot of people probably didn't watch the video, and that's fine. But I just wanted to let people know that I play games. I don't lie and say I tried the game and it's garbage and it's trash. I play games. And like I said, it was a 4. I give it a 4.5. It was not greatness awaits at all. It wasn't. It just wasn't. I mean, the character models were stiff. If you look at the character models' faces, the detail in their clothing and stuff, it was okay. It just wasn't there. You know what I mean? It's not greatness in graphics. The graphics were okay. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, they weren't really that great. They weren't really that great at all. They were okay. All right. I'm not saying that they were complete trash graphics because they won't, because I'm not a graphics whore. But I do like good graphics in a game when it comes to games like that, like Gears of War. Okay? Like Halo. You know what I mean? Like Hellblade. Masterpiece games that show the power of the Xbox Series X. And I know PS4 was last gen, don't get it twisted. But you got to remember, back in those days, we had the Xbox One X, and we had the PlayStation 4 Pro, and the One X even beat the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, the salt today is very heavy, guys, and I'm glad you guys are sticking to your guns. They tried to damage control XCOM. I didn't even watch any. I mean, Gamescom. I didn't watch Gamescom yet, and they're already damage controlled that. Especially when it can't. They're so salty about them handhelds, man. They're so very salty about them handhelds, brother. Very salty. And the only one they bring out, Zinc. The only one they bring up is the one that's $900. They don't bring up nothing else, Zinc. They really don't. They're trying to compare. I believe they're trying to compare the PS5 Pro's price to the Rogue Ally X beefier one that's $900. Why do you want to buy that when you can go get a PlayStation 5 Pro that's $100, $100 and something dollars cheaper? You can get that. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to do that now because they don't have nothing else to use anymore. You're very pathetic out here, man, and they're getting showed up so bad. Like that Reforged trash and that X-Vault Gaming, that dude, man. Man, he looks like a weirdo, bro. You ever see that dude? He looks like he's a creepy looking dude, bro. You got these young content creators out here calling him an old creepy man, an old creepy weirdo. Like that dude, man. That dude don't know what he's doing, brother. So let me see. Oh, I got brother Hebot, man. Hold on, let me get Hebot in. Brother Hebot is here. So let's get brother Hebot in here. What's up, Hebot? What's up, brother? He's probably getting his mic together. Brother Hebot's in the house. What's going on with you, brother?
Can you hear me?
Waiting a minute. I can't hear you, brother Hebot, if you got your mic on, man.
Can you hear me?
Is Hebot speaking? I don't think he is yet.
Can you hear me?
But it's good to have you here, brother.
Can you hear me?
Me and brother Hebot need to play some more games, man. Play some co-op games. Play another one with Zinc. We need to get together with Toolman, brother, and play some Gears, all right? I can hear you, brother. What's up, brother Hebot?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? Brother Hebot. Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Brother Hebot. There must be something wrong with brother Hebot's mic, man. I can't hear him. Can you guys hear Hebot? If you guys can hear Hebot, put a 1 in the chat.
Can you hear me, brother? Say again.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Brother Hebot, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
You hear me?
I can hear you
You
loud
hear me
and
now, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You know what, man? I was using my earpiece. I was using my earpiece, and I think that's why you couldn't hear me. What's up, brother?
Oh, I can hear you.
What's up, brother?
Oh, I said I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I was using a earbud. That's why you probably couldn't hear me.
Oh,
What's going on?
I've been hearing you the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, the
Oh,
entire.
well, you kept saying, "Can you hear me?" And I was like, "Yeah," but you didn't. I don't know if you heard me though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you could hear me on your end. That's all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I'm just there trying to do some stuff. Not feeling well right now, but
What's wrong, man? Under the
ah,
weather?
feeling a little weird.
What
Trying
you
to.
what you would you say your sinuses?
I was feeling a little weird. I felt cold. My back was hurting me in my chest at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's from my back or if it's my heart or my chest out. I'm just trying to see, kind of waiting it out, trying to see what I feel in a couple, like in a little. I saw that
You
you
feel better
send
now?
them. No, so
Oh, okay.
just saw that you send the link. I was like, let me get in, talk for a little bit while I'm out doing some stuff. My son's driving me. He's doing me the favor. I don't feel well.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're feeling well, I hope you get better, brother. I hope you get better. You know.
Thank you. So what's going on, brother?
Brother Heba, I did not get to watch Gamescom yet. I am gonna binge watch it because I've been busy and stuff. But did you and your sons get to watch Gamescom?
I mean, here and there we got to watch, you know, a lot of like the trailers and some of the interviews.
Uh-huh.
There was a lot of information. I mean, um, Xbox did like think was 2 or 3 days, like almost 3 hour streams talking to different developers,
Yeah.
doing different interviews. I mean, it's a lot to watch, but for the most part, yeah, I seen a couple of nice things that they showed and they talked about, like uh, they talked about the game, The Keeper from Double Fine.
Yeah.
That should be coming out soon or in the winter. They had an interview with Tim Schafer,
Yeah.
and he was explaining how the concept and idea came about. And I believe it's another person in house that works for him that wanted to do the game and for a while. So they
Yeah.
said they pitched, they told Phil and them, and they said, "Yeah, go ahead, do it." I mean, sounds interesting because it looks interesting and unique. It may not be for everybody, but it's cool that they get to do those kind of games. Usually, when you see games like that, uh, that are different, right, or unique in a way,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
usually end up being, hidden gems or surprises, and it kind of it's cool because it keeps the industry feeling still fresh, new ideas, because we don't get them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the creativity is emphasized more to like the music, graphics, details, but not so much the gameplay or the gameplay mechanics, or even the ideas of some of the worlds when you're playing in them. I kind of feel like that's been lost
Yeah.
in a sense, not completely, but in a sense. So when you see something like The Keeper, or No Straight Roads to South of Midnight, or that
Mhm.
game that we saw in game, at E3 called Mixtapes.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you see things like that, it just feels refreshing, especially for guys like me and you that we've been playing for so many years, for so long. So in a sense, we're also a little bit jaded because we've played so many games that are the same that it's really hard to kind of impress us, I guess. Right?
Yeah. Well, the He Man game's going to be nice.
Well, I mean, it's cool that they're finally making a beat 'em up of He-Man. You know,
Yeah.
especially I'm pretty sure the budget is very constrained because Mattel is investing in He-Man now a lot because of Barbie.
Yeah.
Because of the movie, it did well. So since it did well, now the next movie is He-Man. And I don't like the director too much, but maybe he'll do a decent job, and he'll do decent. I hope it does decent enough so they could keep making more in the future. But, it's been long overdue. It's been over 30, 40 years since we've gotten really a proper He-Man movie, because the one that was made back then,
With Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
with Dolph Lundgren, it could have been much better, but
Mhm.
the lack of funding, Mattel pretty much turning their backs on Gary Goddard, the director, and
Yeah.
not giving him the rest of the money for him to finish the movie. And then he had to fund the movie with his own money to finish it. And then Canon, which was the one that published to distribute the movie, they were in a whole lot of trouble because they were doing a lot of crazy ghetto shit, funding movies, backing them up, and not really paying people.
Yeah.
Because they were on the verge of bankruptcy, and nobody even knew that. But yeah, they were taking out huge loans to make these movies. Really, millions of dollars to make these movies, and they weren't doing that well, and they couldn't pay back, so they owed a lot of people money. So
Hmm.
they were taking a big risk at the time, and they were in hot trouble for doing that. So,
Yeah.
um, so that's why the He-Man suffered from that. They couldn't do a lot of things. Plus, back then, still, um, the technology wasn't really there.
Yeah.
Technology wasn't really turn on the car so I could turn on the heat. Right? The technology wasn't really there, so they couldn't do things like BattleCat or Oracle properly. That's
Hmm.
why they did it up and did it with that new character Gwildor. That's
Yeah.
why most of the movie took place on Earth instead of Eternia, due to budget constraints. So even though it's cool even though it's cool to see He-Man game,
Yeah.
but it's it's still an old school genre. It's not nothing really new. I'm happy, but I wish it would have been more AAA and big budget. Because it's long overdue, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Um, where's the, the so I can smell it. Um, yeah, I think it's just been long overdue through the years.
Well, it's a long time coming. You remember there was a He-Bot game that it was actually not He-Bot, but there actually was a He-Man game that was on the regular Nintendo. You remember that?
Hold on, brother. One second.
I believe there was.
All right, can
Well, anyways, I'm gonna actually I'm actually gonna watch Gamescom later on tonight. Uh, this evening, I'm gonna watch it from beginning to end because I did not get to watch it. But they always like to ridicule, and especially if Xbox is there, they're gonna ridicule it. You know what I mean?
what I was trying to tell you is that they know they didn't have one. They had one on the Nintendo um Game Boy Advance.
Okay, there was not one on the regular Nintendo, right?
No, it was on the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
Then they had one during the Atari era, which was really bad
Oh,
for
I didn't
Atari.
know that.
Yeah, they had one for Atari, and then they made one for the PS2 based off the 2000X cartoon, but it
Yeah.
came out in Europe only. And then if you wanted to play it here in the America, you
Oh,
had,
really?
you had to import it and mod your PlayStation, the PS2, in order to play it. I had it for a while, but I traded in for a good amount of money because I didn't like the game too much. It was
Oh,
kind of,
really?
and then and then they made one for the Android phone, which I did a video on my channel.
Uh
And
huh.
that was actually a good game. It was very decent, but a lot of people, I guess, didn't buy it, so they took it off the store.
Oh,
It was
really?
Yeah, it was delisted.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I did the video on my channel showing the game. But it was a while ago.
I have to check that out. I know I did see little previews of the He-Man game, and it looks promising. Kind of reminds me of a Streets of Rage almost. You know what I mean, like side-scrolling Streets of Rage kind of beat 'em up. I like the way it looked. Looked pretty good, promising. I am gonna get it though. I am gonna definitely buy the He-Man beat 'em up, man. But another thing, brother He-Bot, and I know you can give me you'll give a good opinion about this, brother He-Bot. Why is there always this uh big conglomerate, brother, about these handheld Xboxes, man? You know what I mean? You have these content creators out here, these trolls out here, and these guys they just keep damage controlling the Rogue Ally X. You know what I mean? And it's just it's pathetic, brother. It's like it's comical at this time. You know what I mean? They just keep on like saying that Sarah Bond was wrong by what she's saying. They're also talking about the one dude that has the ZZ Top beard. What's his name? The guy that I forgot his name. I forgot that dude's name. But they're like making it. They're like making in front of them, saying no, they're wrong about this. These are their own people out here that are making the system. They know the specs. They know what's going on in the system, but they're out here like trying to question them. You know what I mean? These are the people that are in house in Xbox about these handheld. Why do you think there's all the salt for it, man?
Like the negativity, you mean?
Yeah, he bought. There's just way too much negativity, way too much, man. I mean, it's like they're really butthurt, really super butthurt about it, man. You know?
I mean, there's different types of things they're talking about. Like, I know one is the price, right? The price is very expensive.
Yeah,
But anybody that has been playing, games for a while now on like handhelds, specifically, like the PC handhelds,
yeah.
they know that that's how it is. It's pricey.
Well, yeah, they're trying to compare it now to the PlayStation 5 Pro. They say, oh, the Pro's cheaper. You should get the Pro.
Well, handheld is not a. See, the problem is, yes, they consider a handheld a console, right?
Yeah,
But a handheld console is a portable console that you take on the go, right?
yeah,
It's not a hybrid like the Switch. It's just something you take on the go. So they're talking about, you know, like, oh, it's just better to get a home console. But again, the demographic for people that just care about home consoles, that's not the demographic they're aiming for,
yeah,
They're aiming for people that are on the go, that like to play on the go because they're always traveling, commuting, right?
yeah,
Um, or away on business a lot. So that's the demographic that these new handhelds are targeting, right?
yeah,
Me personally, I don't give two shits about it
yeah.
because I'm not a handheld guy. I got a Switch because the Switch is also a console, and I barely use it in console form, right?
Right.
I barely use it in handheld. I never really used it in handheld form, never, because I don't feel that when I'm out and about, whether it's a vacation, you know, or traveling, I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing with the travel, like with the family, the sightseeing, whatever the case. I'm not really worried about playing video games. Now, if I'm, on a plane or something like that, maybe I can see that, right?
Yeah,
But on a plane, it's not going to work right because it's up there in the air. It doesn't stream right.
right.
So again, there's that caveat. So I don't think it would suit me well because of those situations. So, I think the hate is coming mainly because Microsoft is doing one partner with Asus,
Yeah.
and it's not really just a console for Microsoft themselves. So,
Well,
they're trying to use that angle of, oh yeah, but it's not made by Microsoft, like that narrative.
yeah,
Unlike when Sony did there was Sony themselves. I said that Microsoft is doing this because yeah, yeah. What I was trying to say is that the reason why Microsoft is doing it in a partnership with with a third party is because they, it's a big risk that they don't want to take without first testing the market. You get what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
Because they said they were working on their very own version. Motor.
They're working on their own version. So well,
The thing is that they're not gonna invest. I need to take out some loans. Then go to Walmart. You know where it is. Go to Walmart and take that first before they close. And then I have to go to baseball before they close. And load on. Hello?
I'm here, brother.
No, so Microsoft is doing it the smart way. They're not gonna spend and invest by themselves without a partner. And let's say, and they've never been in that space, right? Of
Right.
the portable space that's crossing together with PC. And then let's say it fails, right? Because the price tag is high, right?
Yeah.
Um, they lose all that money that they invested on it. So they're trying to kind of test the waters. And I think the safest way to do it is by doing it with a partner that's already in the market, like Asus, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the logic behind them doing it partnered up, right? So I don't think it's because you know they want to go full on, and then it doesn't work out, and all that R&D and what money they put into it goes down the toilet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're doing it, but they're doing it the safe way, right? It's kind of like what Phil Spencer said that if he did VR, because the market really wasn't there, he would like to do it partnered up with someone else, and they also did that. Remember,
Yeah.
they just partnered up also with, I think it was the MetaQuest, right?
Yeah. I think it was.
It's one of those companies that they partnered up with as well, where the VR headset is, it's you can go straight and get out on the highway. Where the VR headset is green and black,
Uh-huh.
and watch it. I thought he was gonna turn, and then it has this whole UI of the Xbox consoles. It has the UI of the Xbox consoles. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So, so they invested with them also because again, it's a niche market. It's a market that's not really big and it's not really as profitable. So that makes sense. They're doing it.
Yeah.
So, so, so because of that, right?
Uh-huh.
It makes sense for them to do it this way. People don't seem to understand that, right? People think that they're just copying out, trying to be slick to jerk people. No, they're just being smart. Because
Yeah.
we all saw that Sony lost a lot of money with the VR piece, PlayStation VR One, and the PlayStation VR Two is pretty much dead. So that was money Sony could have invested into their online ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and just give me a second. And cookie lunch. And also um and you see, right, that you see that because of that, right?
Uh-huh.
Because of that's why you see that Sony lost all that money when they could have invested it in their ecosystem and other new IPs, or just overall giving more to their fan base, maybe like the PlayStation PSN, being able to add more first party games day and day, even if it's
Yeah.
just smaller titles.
Uh-huh.
Instead of wasting their money there on that particular, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On that particular uh, thing. And I think, you know, they learned their lesson, and that's why you won't see Sony do another PlayStation headset. And I don't think you're going to see them try to do another portable anytime soon, because that portal that they made is just basically a tablet you can use in the house.
Yeah. That's
You know
it.
what I mean? You can't really take it with you on the go, right? Um,
Nope.
unless you have your console connected, and you have a console with you connected somewhere else, or let's say maybe if I go to your house and you have your PS5, if I download my PlayStation Network, connection, or my PlayStation Network account, then I can download it on your PS5 and then use the portal in your house while you play on your TV, so I don't interrupt you from using your own stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea behind the portal. That's why it was only like $200, and that's why it was only, that's why it was only. But the thing is, you don't have a lot. So I'm trying to see if you can help around. That's why. Explain it. You get what I'm saying, brother?
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
so, so the portal also hasn't sold very well for them. So much so that they even asked to the market, the ones that take the data and of console sales and stuff like that. Oh
Yeah.
my! Look! This is. Let me get another paper. Um, um, what you call it? What they're doing is they're adding, um, or including. They're including. Okay, advantage. And you get what they're saying. What they asked was for. They asked the ones that keep the data cap, right, with the data information, to
Yeah.
include the PlayStation Portal sales as console sales for Sony. So you know how then they say, "Oh, we sold 80 million consoles." That's including
Yeah.
the port. That includes the portal. A lot of people may not know that, huh?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Uh, that's part of their sales. You don't even mention that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Those are part of the sales of their console sales that they shipped or sold. The portal's included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people don't like to mention that, but that's the reason why they're doing that, because the sales of the portal are not really good. That's how Sony creates their own, you know, bullshit, make believe numbers that they do, and people don't realize it, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
You understand? So, so that's included with that, Um, so Microsoft is just doing those things. Give me a sec, brother. Hello.
I'm here, brother.
Yeah. So that's why like I was trying to say, Microsoft is taking the the risk, or doing the investment partnered up with someone else because they're just trying to see how the market does first, if how take a feel for it, see how people, if they enjoy it, if they embrace it, if they you know if they like it enough to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me personally, like I said, because because it just does give you the option. Well, because it does give me the option to play my games on the go. If it was cheaper, right, like a cheaper price, then I would probably invest in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to have it because I love Microsoft products. Most of their products that almost all the products that I've ever owned that they made, I enjoyed, right, or I liked. You know, so for me, um, it wouldn't if it was cheaper, brother. To be honest with you, if it was cheaper, I would definitely would probably get it or invest in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that price point, even for the actual smaller unit, right? It's $599. That's $600. You know what I mean? Would much rather invest that in their upcoming console. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
The next,
another thing, brother. That's another thing. They keep saying that we're not getting another console. I don't know why they keep saying that, brother.
no, that's just them being because everybody thinks that because they're pushing digital, and the reason why they're pushing digital, and I've explained this many times, there's several reasons. One of the reasons is because the market shows that most people, unfortunately, because of the convenience, not understanding how licensing works, most people buy digital, right?
Yeah.
Mainly because of the convenience, right? There are some cases where it's because it makes more sense because not a lot of people have space in their homes, but some people don't live comfortably or in mansions that they can put whatever they want, store whatever they want, or have a garage, a basement, an attic, or they just don't want the clutter in their house, right? Because they're clean, they're neat, and they feel like if they have things, it's going to make it look messy and cluttery. So there's different types of people with different types of reasons to which why they buy digital, right? Digital is extremely convenient. Right now, me and you, we can download Helldivers 2, we can download Shinobi, we can download the upcoming Ninja Gaiden 4, and it's ready to play the day it comes out. We don't have to worry about going to the store, getting the disc, or getting the disc delivered to us via eBay or whatever, or limited run, for example, and then have to put the disc, wait like an hour just to get it installed. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So all those things are very convenient. Problem is, like we've talked about in nauseum many times before, is the fucking fact that the license you don't own. So you don't own that license. You're basically renting out that license. And let's say you're paying $90 for a game. Let's say you're paying $100 for a game. I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable with the idea of me paying 90, 80, 70, or 60 or $100 for a game. And especially if I like the game, if it's a single player game, right? That I can play whenever I want and I want to revisit it. And then I have no access to it because I only own the license. And one day they take away the license, and guess what? I can't access it no more, right?
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that idea, right? So that's why I don't understand when people act like, oh, but it's okay. We don't have to own our games. Like when we die, they don't stay with us. Like, bro, I don't want to pay money for something that's expensive. So, and then, have to worry about, have to worry, I don't want to pay for a game and then not own it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not own it physically. So, so the problem is the market data shows that Most people buy digital, right? About 90%. And then the other 10%, they either buy physical and some people rent, right?
Right.
So, so, so because of that, Microsoft pushes digital because that's what's being bought, number one. Number two, the developers make more money digitally, and so do the publishers, right? Or the platform holders like Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox when they have it on their console because there's no third party or no third wheel. There's no GameStop involved. There's no Best Buy. There's no BG. There's no Amazon. There's no, what you call it, Walmart. There's no Target involved. There's no, GameFly involved. Nobody, right? It's
Right.
just the profits only go to the platform holders, which is in this case Microsoft, PlayStation, and Nintendo, and even some not really PC because there's not PC is not really a platform holder. There's no set holder, but you know what I mean, right? Um, and then the big majority, the 75 or 70%, depending on the deal, goes to the developers and the publishers of those games. So developers and publishers are making way more money, right, with digital sales than they do with the physical sales, right? Because even when they go through limited run, now limited run gets the bigger percentage because they're taking the cost of the physical, making specifically how it's going to look, what it's going to bring. If it's going to bring a soundtrack, if it's going to bring a plush, a figure, a T-shirt,
Yeah.
a steel book, all that stuff costs money, and it's limited run. That's putting up the money, right, to offer that to the sellers, right, or to the people buying. And that's why you see, like, for example, the Shinobi one that's coming out, right? You see that it's a $200, $200, what you call that? A $200 special collector's edition. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you see that it costs $200 because it brings a Vision magazine, a statue of the figure, a steel book, enamel pins, artwork, stickers, an art book, steel book, the game. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I had to
Oh,
run
yeah.
in them. I had to run to the bathroom because I spilled coffee all over me with my son driving. I'm trying to clean it off.
Okay.
You hear? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the noise you hear. I'm sorry. So basically, all that shit costs money. That's why those goddamn fucking collector's editions, whether we want to accept it or not, that's why they're expensive. You see what I'm saying? Now, the good part is they do make them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The good part is that when they do make them, right? Um, most of the time with those games, 95% of the time, the games are on the disc. So you don't need the internet connection in order to play the game. You can just,
Yeah.
download it on your console without an internet connection and play it with the console on, whatever you call that, on offline mode without the internet. You can play them. Now, there are some companies that also make it physical, but it's not guaranteed that the game is on the disc. They give you a disc, they put the license on the disc, and they'll do a nice collector's box for it, but the game's still not on the disc. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
There's also that situation. That's another caveat and another situation that's different that hey, sácame esa mierda, por favor. Hold on, brother. Fuck.
What's up, brother Shaker Forever? What's up, Craig Simmons TV? What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us.
Yo no tengo la tarjeta. I don't have it. ¿Dónde ya la puse? Let me see. Straight stupid. Sorry, brother. I'm talking about asking my wife.
That's all right.
So basically, a lot of people that also sell it physical. A lot of times you get it, but it's not on the disc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that that is also an issue because if you're paying all that money, you're basically just paying for it for the collector's box. You're not really paying for the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you're paying for the access of the game, but it's mainly the license. It's not the ownership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which for me, again, that bothers me because, like I said, I want to have access to my games at all times. And I have a big family. I have boys that play. That they're all gamers.
Oh yeah.
So if I need to, if I pass away, God forbid that it won't be anytime soon. But if I pass away, right,
Mm-hmm.
stuff belongs to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they need to, if they need to keep it or they want to sell it and make money off of it, they can very much do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why that option for me, Jesus Christ, that option for me is not a waste of time or a waste of money. Because I
Right.
hear people, this is the new narrative of people. Oh, but you're paying money. Why you need to own your games? They don't go with you when you die. Like that's so stupid. If that's the way you're gonna think, then we shouldn't buy anything. We shouldn't buy
Right.
a car, house, nothing, because there's no point. For what? If we're gonna die anyway, it's gonna stay here with somebody else. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Donovan tampoco. I'm gonna say it again. I'm still- All right, let's go before they go. I put everything in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got fucking clothes. One more. I'm done. So, like I was saying, um, um, you hear me, brother? Or no?
Yeah. I can hear you. Do you hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Um, so anyway, that's another reason because physical, it's not really in demand, and because they make more money. This way, yeah. They make more money. They make more money by selling it digital. You know, um, and that's just the reality of the situation. Plus, by them doing that, they can do two other things that are also very consumer friendly, which is they can give you the PC version of the game, and then they can give you the Play Anywhere version of the game, which you'll be able to play on the go on your handheld, PC, your phone, your tablet, etc., etc. That's also why they're pushing it the way they are. On the light down there, second, make that, bust that on the light right there. Make all right. Like if you were going not here, the next light, the light by one of Dave's house. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So they could give you the PC version of it, and then they can give you the Play Anywhere version of it. That's the other reason why that it's good because it's consumer friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. I think the new console is going to look like it's going to probably be like a half of a like half PC or something like that.
I mean, I just think when they saying PC hybrid,
Yeah.
that's another thing. I think people are still misconstruing that because Phil said very clearly that he wants to keep it where it's still affordable and reasonable the price.
Yeah.
Because you want consoles still to sell to those who still buy it, right? Because that's the biggest market for them, especially with the Game Pass, right?
Uh huh.
You got to keep the console reasonable. You can't be selling a console for $1,000 or $900. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think maybe next gen will be the same price as you see the Series S now, maybe 600, 650, and then that'll probably be the limit as far as they go, right? Unless they're also giving another smaller offering like the S. I don't know, right there in the Lightning. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and the like unless they're doing another like two SKUs, I don't know if they are. Um, that's different, but they're not gonna alienate that console market because at the end of the day, those people that buy consoles. So, yeah. If it's red, wait, yeah. If it's red, yes. You are not going to want to lose that market because regardless, their Game Pass market is the biggest on consoles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got like maybe 30 million people on consoles on Game Pass, maybe 32. You're going straight. But on PC, they got like another maybe 10 million. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So Game Pass, right, is a big factor, right? So they're not going to do that. What I think they're saying about the hybrid is just simply that the console will have like a lot of power, like the 360 did, the way a PC does, and then you'll be able to access and do certain things like you can do on your PC on the console, like play your Steam store, play your GOG store, you know, or access your from anywhere you go.
Yeah.
If they have anything modular, it'll be the same thing they've always done. Maybe memory, maybe that you can put a better cooling system. I don't know on the console itself. They're just going to keep it simple. They're not going to go all elaborate like a PC because again, that's why most people that have PCs don't play video games on their PC. You
Yeah.
know, the reason why the PC market has even grown at this point is because of people like Ninja, right? That these guys have millions and millions of followers and views playing games like Fortnite or like the other one that my daughter loves, the one based off the Chunky Cheese monsters. Chunky Cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah.
Those games are big streaming games. Even something like Call of Duty, or stuff like that, or Minecraft. They follow all these streamers that stream those games, and
Yeah.
they to the left. They make all that money. So these kids now growing up, they see that. So their first vision and entry is seeing these people that are streamers using PC. So that's why the market has grown because they're thinking, well, I can stream, make a YouTube channel, make a Twitter channel, make a Facebook channel, and make money and become a millionaire. You know what I mean? This is the only reason why PC has grown because that's the market that we have to recognize. That's the only reason why the market has grown because it's what they see at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, not understanding that YouTube has gotten stricter and more greedy, and people are making less and less money, and you don't really get an opportunity. To this day, I still to make $1 off my channel. I've never made $1, nothing. Yeah, follow the green Mustang, but let him go. Let him go through. Let him go. Now go. Oh, nigga, calm the fuck down, stupid. Fucking people are so dumb. You get what I'm trying to say, brother?
Yeah, brother.
So the thing is, right? The market has gotten oversaturated because everybody's on YouTube, right? Or everybody's on Discord, or everybody's on, OnlyFans and all types of crazy shit, whatever it is they're using it for, whether it's for inappropriate shit or for gaming or whatever. And these markets and these platforms are getting oversaturated. And so more and more is going to become where it's going to be complacent. There's going to be no competition and you can't really compete because there's too many people. So you're not going to make money and that's going to die off as well. That's why I said that the PC's fad, it's not going to stay forever because people are just going to be like, oh, never mind. Because Ninja started when it was just in its infancy, right? All these guys that you see are big. They started when it was first starting, where, buying games and playing games online and streaming them wasn't a thing. It was just starting, you know what I mean? So the hype was there, the fad was there. So all these dudes made all this money and everybody coming in is like, yeah. It's like people wanting to do podcasts. All these people doing podcasts. When we first started, there wasn't that many podcasts. There was only a few people, maybe 2 or 3 people doing them, and especially for Xbox, because most people were sucking on Sony or Nintendo cock and they didn't do no Xbox shit, right?
Yeah.
That's why we still, regardless whether we agree with what they do or they don't, as far as stop playing here, as far as how they run their shit now, but people like Next Gen or Crack Gamer, War Rewards, even Tim Dog, they were the ones that brought us into the scene, right? With the fucking podcast, with the gaming, and we get their, we got excitement, the attention, and the know-how through them, right? So, even people like 100, because he was there from day one, right?
Yeah.
So, that market is getting oversaturated and it's gonna die. Like, it's not gonna stay popular because everything that we think is big comes to an end. I mean, look at Disney, for Christ's sake. Look at Star Wars. It's practically dead. Even Marvel is not as popular because shit changes. Things change. Something new starts. Even McDonald's reported that not too many people are buying it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they've been around for years, for 50 plus years, 60, whatever. So again, you got to look at things in a realistic way. But as for right now, that's what people are seeing. That's what the data shows. So that's why they're trying to push these things, right? Because only 4% of people play on things like, go ahead, play on things like the Rogue Ally or the Aces, the Lenovo. Yeah. It's only 4%. Look, the steers here. Wow. Look. It's only 4%. And then the ducks. Only 4% of people, right?
Uh-huh.
Are playing on those things. 4%. So you think Microsoft is going to go out their way, spend billions and billions of dollars in R&D, make their very own hardware that they make themselves, officially licensed only by them. So then it don't do well, or only 3%, 2% buy it, and then they have to get rid of it, and they lost all that money. That's what happened with Mixer. Even during COVID, it didn't pick up. They spent like, what was it, $3 billion paying that kid.
It was a lot
to get Mixer, right?
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was in the billions. And what happened, my brother? Even through COVID, everybody was home. Mixer didn't grow.
Nope.
It didn't grow. It was the best platform for streaming, but it didn't grow because people already had their audiences where? On Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, on the Facebook streaming marketplace. No, you can let mommy go and she can run. Brother.
Yeah.
I gotta let my wife use the phone real quick because I got to return something. So I'm gonna get it out and then come back in like 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
You brother.
All right, brother. All right, guys. That was good to hear from Hebot, man. When he comes back in, though, guys, I think I'm in the podcast. Been on here pretty good. But I want to give a big shout out to Craig Simmons TV, Gaming TV. Thanks for joining us, brother. I really appreciate you. Also want to give a big shout out to my brother, my Hawaiian brother, Sega Forever, man. The Hawaiian Xbox gamer, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to him. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're feeling better. I know you was under the weather for a while. So, man, I hope you're feeling well, man. But yeah, brother, yeah, all this stuff, man, is just things are. It's a big changing in gaming, man, and you have to adapt. You know what I mean? You really do. You have to adapt if you want to stay in gaming. And stay gaming, man. Things are changing. These games today are expensive to make. That's another thing. These games today are very, very expensive to make. At first, I didn't want to see any of our exclusives go anywhere. I'm going to keep it real. I want to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to keep it a buck. I didn't want to see Gears go over there because the way they disrespected Gears, always talking about how bad it was and all this, that was nothing but jealousy. They always wanted a game like Gears. They always wanted a game like Forza Horizon. And Forza Horizon 5 is like destroying everything that's over there in sales. It's Xbox games that are keeping Xbox games that are keeping PlayStation alive. It's not PlayStation. The big hoopla and the big hoorah over there is about Xbox games on their ecosystem. There are old games. Remember, guys. Let's keep it in their head. Let's keep their heads ringing. Who likes to play old games? Apparently you, because they're selling like hotcakes over there, bringing back more money to the Xbox ecosystem to bring us more money back to Ultimate Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? To keep making this money over here, that the behemoth Microsoft and Xbox are. We can't be touched. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You can be in denial all you want, Baldylocks, the weirdo, Dreamcast lies, and Reforce trash. You guys can be all in denial all you want. Okay? Our games are selling like hotcakes over there, and it's bringing us back more money over here in the Xbox ecosystem. We got Brother Hebot back. So let's get Brother Hebot back in here. What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. So go ahead, Brother Hebot. Continue what you were saying, man.
Well, no, basically, like I said, that Microsoft sees that market. They see the data, so they're making those moves the smart way to avoid any unnecessary investment lost. Right? Like I said, Mixer was phenomenal. They spent like $2 or $3 billion, and they had to close it down because people just didn't adapt to it. Right?
Yeah.
Then they invested, on what was it? The split. What was it called? Where you could do that thing.
Are you talking about where you can watch TV and play games?
Yeah, that split feature.
Yeah, that was cool. They should have never got rid of that.
Yeah, it was awesome, but it wasn't being used.
Yeah,
They said we're going to take it off because that has to you have to allocate memory
yeah,
from the hardware just so you can do things like that. So in order to get back more memory to allocate it somewhere else, they took out the feature, and the feature was taken out because no one was using it. You understand?
Yeah.
And Mike Ybarra said the reason that nobody was using it, but people are like, well, why nobody's using it? I said, because it has to be supported by all the apps. So, for example, if you were watching Netflix and playing a video game at the same time, Netflix has to make sure that they keep supporting the app to do it through split screen, and that's Netflix having to put money to maintain it so it could keep working better and better, or
Right.
to work correctly. So if Netflix doesn't invest in it, it's not going to work right. It's going to start acting up, and it's going to be just a waste of time. You understand?
Yeah.
Kind of like that's the reason why the PlayStation 3 or 4, I mean 5 and 4, the online, even though you pay for it now, still feels shitty because they don't put enough money and invest in it to keep it maintained and make it better and better. Understand?
Yeah.
And so that's a big issue. That's a big problem. So it's like when Microsoft invested on their phones. They did top of the line phones that were phenomenal. One of the best phones, if not the best phone I ever had and used. And they had to
Yeah.
stop. They had to stop supporting it and stop making them because not enough people bought them, and they weren't adapting.
Yeah.
So they were losing money after they made billions and billions of dollars invested in that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing like they invested in other things. Like the Zoom. They just Microsoft is not in the business to losing money.
Yeah.
So when they do something, they do it right. But when it doesn't make money, they'll shut it down and cut it off and cut the cord
Yeah.
before it gets worse, before it starts to hemorrhage, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they spend the 75 million for Fable Legends and then shut it down and start it all over with a new developer. That's why they did the same thing with Scalebound, $100 million invested with Platinum Games, and since they were not concentrating or prioritizing the game, and it was supposed to be out in 2018, and they still were nowhere near done. They shut it down. Like, no, we got to cancel it. We got to shut it down. And they
Yeah.
got all the heat. They got all the criticism, but they do it for a reason. No one in a company is going to keep paying people to do a job that they so-called claim they're doing, and then years and years go by and they're still not done, and yet you're still paying them.
Yeah.
You can't be that stupid. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so them, like I said, them closing down those games made sense. Just like when they just said, that Perfect Dark was canceled and Everwild was canceled and Contraband was canceled.
Yeah.
What was the other one? It was Everwild, Contraband, Perfect Dark.
And yeah. There was another one too, wasn't there?
But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what was the other game. What's another one? One more game.
A lot of people were mad at that Perfect Dark being canceled.
Yeah, but how are you going to get mad? Like I said, if they build a brand new team that was it was a 4A, triple A, quadruple A studio with a bunch of people in the industry that have been around for a long time,
Yeah.
who have experience making all this money. They opened up a brand new studio for them to spend all that money. They showed the game in 2018, I think it was, like 8 years
It was a
ago.
little. Yeah, it was a while back. Yeah.
They started the game like 8 years ago. Then they showed it in E3 this year. And when they showed it, what happened? You come to find out that was just a demo with the idea or the direction that they were going in. It wasn't even the actual game, according to what they were saying. So 8 years and you don't even have an actual build of the game? You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't. That's just, there's no return on investments at that point. So when they did their quarterlies, obviously when they said, oh yeah, this game is still in development. How long has it been development? Oh, it's been development for 8 years. Oh, Everwild has been in development. How long has it been in development? Oh, it's been 10 years. Are they almost done? No, they need a couple more years. Oh, no. Hell no. The big wigs on top, the investors, people on the top with the money, they're not going to keep doing that. They're going to shut it down. They already wasted enough money. You know, 10 years thrown down the toilet and still no end game. You know what I mean? They want to see returns on their investments. Nobody waits 10 or 12 or 8 years to see return on an investment. You know, somebody maybe poor like us might, because at the end of the day, it'll pay off. But not somebody like that has all that money. You know what I mean? Microsoft is not a company that's there to lose money. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
people, oh, but they fired them people and they're being greedy. That's not right. No. They let go of those people and help them with severance packages. And including, they help them with a program that they can go somewhere else or move somewhere else within the company in a different position.
Yeah.
That is not the same thing like you getting fired or me getting fired. When we get fired, we're fucked. We have no income coming in,
Yeah.
except whatever money we might have saved up, if we have any, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got straight to unemployment, and unemployment only lasts a certain amount of time. And then before you get that first check, you got to wait like 2 months, sometimes 3, because they take their sweet ass time, right? Meanwhile, you're borrowing money, taking out from either a loan, a friend, credit cards to keep up with your payments. And then when you do get your money finally, you just got to pay everything back and you're still broke.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
so that type of retirement with them is nowhere near on the level of somebody getting laid off or retirement or getting fired in the real world, like me and you. Nowhere. It's nowhere near. So again, you know, it's just the way the market is. You know, they have to make these cutthroat decisions that don't seem like they're logical and that won't really make sense, or they look like they don't make sense. But internally, financially, they make sense, right?
Mhm.
So we have to understand that that's the perspective that people like Phil and Sarah and you know, Bill Gates, whoever's involved, Satya Nadella, Amy, whatever, Hennings, whoever, Sean, whatever her name is, whatever, those people are working for a triple A, multi-billion, trillion-dollar company. They don't have time to waste and throw money away. You know?
Yeah.
They're not like me and you that we work in the real world and and we lose our jobs. Like I said, we got to figure out how we're going to pay the bills next month.
Oh yeah.
Either with whatever savings you may have, a little bit of savings, or with whatever unemployment gives you when they decide to give it to you. It'd be like 3 months later and shit, and we're still in debt, right?
Mhm. That's
So I
true, bro. That's true.
just pull back little by little and beat the horn so they can move forward. Put it in reverse, right? Pull back, start turning this way. We're gonna go that way. Beat the horn, and then when you pull it back, there you go. Watch it with this fucking retard, because this retard, seeing you get now, he's still gonna get on your ass. Just pull out. Just pull out. Pull out. You know, so it's not the same situation. That's why I said that people shouldn't be at all that thing you see people doing. It's all
Yeah.
an act. Like, oh, it feels so bad. Like, yeah, it sucks when people lose their jobs, absolutely. But these people are working for big companies that have their back, that gives them severance packages, that help them get another job. They just don't throw them out in the wild with nothing. Stop there and make that left. Yeah, make the left. You get what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Oh,
So, you know, that's the biggest difference. And so, you know, people don't see that. People don't understand that. That's why I say that's bullshit. You know,
mhm.
the same way I don't feel sorry. No, get out of here. I don't feel sorry if you're working on a game as a developer, making 6-figure income year in, year out, plus bonuses, right? Making a game for 8, 10 years, and yet you're still not done. Taking a sweet time when other people that are much smaller are making big gains that are impressive, like Hellblade 2 or like Expedition 33 or End of Echoes, right? Or Echoes of the End, things like that, for example, right?
Yeah.
And they're getting gains done, or like Obsidian making Outer Worlds 1, 2, Grounded 1, 2, and all types of shit. In less than 4 years, they made like five, 6 games. Or meanwhile, a big company is getting paid the same amount of money, or maybe even more, because they have more pedigree. They're not even close, and they're taking like 8, 7, 6, 10 years. Like, no, bro, that can't feel sorry for them. I'm sorry, it's not. And now Sony's starting to do the same thing because they see it. They see it. That's why oh yeah, we shut this down. We're shutting this down. Go down. We shut that down. We shut this down. That's right. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's why they're doing that. Like, turn your light up. They're shutting everything down because they can't keep losing money. You know, and then now that's why you hear the rumor now that supposedly Returnal, they want to bring it to Xbox, right? Because it was one of the games that didn't do well. But because it didn't do well, they want Microsoft to publish the game, or help them publish the port or pay for the port. But they want Microsoft to give them a bigger percentage. You get what I'm trying to say? In other words, they want Microsoft to fit the bill, but they want to get the bigger percentage. And Microsoft is trying. Like, no, we're not doing that. If we fit the bill, we're going to get the bigger purse, which makes sense. Or at the very
going to do that.
Right. Or at the very least, 50-50. Right. You get to the end of the bridge, you can't go.
People do that.
That's true. Huh?
I don't even think Microsoft will do 50-50. It is what they say.
Well, I mean, it's got to make sense, brother. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to make it make sense. So, it's open. Oh, it's open. Look. Yeah, you can go through. It's open. Yeah. It's been closed for over 3 years. That's why they know it's open. Yeah. No, you just go straight, bro. Follow the road. Just follow the road. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, man.
Even Sony's starting to smarten up, and that's why they're like, you know what? Let's start putting games other places, because the market is just not the same. It isn't. Yeah, and people, oh yeah, but they're making buku profits. Yes, they are. But in Sony's case, their profits are still diminished returns because they still in the red. If you go look at their stocks, that means they owe people money. If you look at the stocks for any company, even if they're making a lot of money, if they owe people money, that means they're in the red.
Yeah.
They owe people money. Now, in Microsoft's case, they're not in the red, they're in the green. They're making money, and they're making profits. But Microsoft is making a whole bunch of different, a whole bunch of different, straight. They're making a whole bunch of different big investments with a whole bunch of different companies buying studios at for $80 billion, for example.
Yeah.
Doing all these deals, helping out all these people like Capcom with the Path of the Goddess, fucking Team Ninja and fucking what's it called? The other Platinum Games with fucking Ninja Gaiden. Slow down. Get to the left. Slow down. We gotta go in there. You get what I'm trying to say, brother? You have a heavy foot.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Uh-huh.
So because of that, AAA games like Doom, like Expedition 33, the guns that are the AAA title, like the Evolve, those are AAA games that they're spending millions and billions and millions of dollars, and they're putting it on Game Pass day and date. They're making big ass You know what I mean?
Oh
They're
yeah.
making big ass demands and movements, and you know what I'm saying. So it makes sense. It makes sense they they you know. Just turn it off. So yeah, but the so then because they're making those big investments, that's why there was a thing there. Receipt. A receipt. Hold on. Yes.
No. Again, no. Same type of receipt. You said.
Oh my God.
What in your pocket?
Why? Is it the sweat?
No. What?
Is it? Does that get wet? Give me a sec.
Well, brother. All right. Well, guys,
Give me a second.
back in the show. When Hebot gets back, brothers, we're going to end the show. Thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate you guys, man. It's been a while since we rocked out with each other, man. It's been a while, man. Long time coming. You know what I mean? Long time coming, man. Been busy, you know what I mean? But I've been busy, with family or either gaming, talking to brother Hebot sometimes, you know. But yeah, I am glad that I got to do the podcast with you guys, man. Been a minute, but hey, glad that I got to do this with you guys, man. But I'll be back to make another one. You know what I mean? It might not be real soon, but we'll see. We'll see. But when brother Hebot comes back, we're gonna do our closeouts. You know what I mean? Close it out. You know. I hope you guys are enjoying Ultimate Game Pass. We do have the best value in gaming. We get the most kudos. We get the most like we have the best value, hands down. Hands down, we have the best value. And the thing I have to say though too about it is we also get we can get Microsoft rewards, right? We can get Microsoft rewards to get games. You don't even have to use your own money. I always preach this to you guys, and the newcomers. A lot of you OGs out here already know that, but Brother Sega Forever knows that because he packs and packs and packs his points up. You know what I mean, to get things, and that's just the right way and the conservative way to do it, which is really cool. You know what I mean? I even do it sometimes. I'll get it up there where I can get it up past 25,000 or something. There's people that go way, way up, and they have so much Microsoft points. They can just whatever game they want, they can just buy it whenever. They don't like they just keep saving them and saving them up because you could stockpile those, man. Yeah, 100,000, Microsoft money reward points. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can do it. I mean, as long as you don't buy anything for a while. But I think I'm gonna get going, man. I think Brother Hebot. I know he's busy, man. You know what I mean? But he's busy doing things with the family. It is past 8 o'clock, man. I'm gonna get going. So I want to give a shout out to everybody that that came and joined us, man. So let's go back through the chat. You know how I am. I always shout everybody out. So first up on deck was Brother Toolman. Brother Toolman, thanks for coming in and joining us, man, in the Xbox Forever podcast. Adidas 020, another great brother out here, keeping it positive for Xbox and rocking Xbox. Also, Anthony Chipmunk, aka Tone. Big, huge shout out to our brother 100, man, keeping it a buck 100, man. Kobe 100. Check out the XWO podcast. That'll be on tonight, I believe. A brother 100 will be doing the podcast tonight with the crew. So another good show to watch, keeping it real. Another shout out to Other Zinc, my brother that rocks out with us, man, in all our podcasts that we do, the shows that we do. Big, huge shout out to him. Big shout out to DJ Tuckmaster. Brother, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tuck. I'm just seeing this, my man. I was running my mouth so much about what's been going on Xbox. We will, how about we'll do a podcast together? Um, let's try to do a podcast together. Either I already did one today. I don't want to do one tomorrow. Let's try to do a podcast together sometime next week, man. Brother, Tuckmaster. I'm sorry, but I'm just seeing this now. Going through the chat. We'll do a podcast together maybe sometime next week, brother. I'll call you. We'll set it up. You know what I mean? We'll do a podcast. I want your thoughts and opinions on Gamescom and how you feel gaming is going in this direction it is in 2025. So yeah, man, I want to definitely talk to Brother Tuck. The Lions Den, check him out when he does it. He's been with us since day one. He definitely bleeds green. He is the original pony killer. Our brother DJ Tuckmaster 785. Now let's give another shout out to Craig Simmons Gaming TV. The big homie, you know what I mean? He's another one that owns all systems and plays all games. So big shout out to my brother Craig. And he knows how to get down on the grill. You know what I mean? So go check brother Craig out, man. Check him out, man. Who else we got in here? And of course, my brother from another mother, Sega Forever, man, our Hawaiian Xbox brother. Big shouts out to you, brother. Sega Forever. If you do a podcast tonight, brother Sega Forever, if you do happen to do one, send me a link. I will join. I will be up for a good while. So if you decide to do just a little podcast or a little hangouts, I'm willing to come in, man. Just send me a link and kick some game with you. So big shouts out to All in One, our brother Sega Forever with the Wrecking Crew podcast, man. Big shouts out to brother Sega Forever, brother. Big shouts out to Deploy 619. What's up, man? Big Money B. Big B Money. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Big Money B in the house. Yeah, brother Sega Forever. If you do something, I will join, brother. With no problem, man. Big shots out to Deploy 619. He's another brother that has everything and plays on everything. So big shouts out to Deploy 619. He said, man, I cannot wait for the Xbox handheld. He's probably going to get that. Man. I could see Deploy 619 getting that. Seriously. I could definitely see him getting that, man. I mean, I would like to have the lower tier one. You know what I mean? That might could be a possibility later. But yeah, I think Deploy 619 will definitely get one. You know what I mean? Big shots out to Big B Money. What's up, everybody? Army Xbox. Yes, sir, man. Big B Money was in the house. Big shots out to you, Big B. I didn't see you in the chat in the comment till now, man. Sorry about that, brother. But big shots out to you, man. Another great supporter of Xbox. A true gamer out here. All these dudes you see in here play games, man. All these dudes you see in here in the chat play games. They're here every time I do a podcast. Very loyal. That's what I love about the Xbox universe and family is they're very loyal to the podcasters that do true gaming podcasts. They're always here and always giving us great support. I want to give a big shout to Smitty Smith. He also been part of this, man. There's a lot of them that just been rocking out with us for Emmanuel A1. Just a lot of people rocking out with us, man. So big shouts out to all the ones I didn't even name, like Peltrex. There's a lot out there, man. So big shouts out to all you guys that have supported us since day one and been down with us since day one. Big shouts out to all you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to all you guys, man. Brother Sega Forever, Facts You, Big B Money said, "Facts, you the man. It's good. Yeah, man, brother. It's good to see you, brother. It really is, man. I'm back. I just been busy taking care of business." And he says, "Facts, and Xbox is king of gaming and Game Pass, which they are. People gotta understand something. Everybody's not gonna like everything, okay? Brother Sega Forever. What I like about Brother Sega Forever, friend, the show, is he's always real about anything that he talks about. If it's about gaming, if it's about Marvel or anything like that, politics, anything, he's very real about everything. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He doesn't fake the funk when it comes to talking about Microsoft and gaming, PlayStation, whatever. He's a real one out here. And I like when we collaborate, we do a little podcast together. You know what I mean? He's a real one out here, man. He doesn't hold back. He'll tell you, I bleed green. I only like Xbox. I do not like PlayStation. I do not own a PlayStation console. I not own any other console. I like Xbox and only Xbox. He'll tell you that every single time that he does a podcast, man. Aloha to my brother, Sega Forever. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get going, guys. It's just been a blast rocking out with you guys tonight. Brother Sega Forever does something. Expect to see me with him tonight, man. If he does a little something. But as far as where I'm at with gaming right now, there's a lot like I said before, guys, there's a lot that I had to sit down and think about. Things are changing. Sony, whether you like it or not, before I end this podcast, and I know you Sony trolls can hear me. I know you guys can hear me. The brothers will go back and taunt what I say and put it in your chat just to get you a little bit more matter about this. Your precious company that you said that greatness awaits is a middleweight right now. You are definitely third party. Whether you like it or not, Reforged trash, Dreamcast lies, MBG, the big crybaby, man, he's pathetic. All you guys. Sony PlayStation is third party. Welcome to the club. Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die, we multiply. And remember, baby, we're eating good over here. We're eating real good over here. And remember, there is no power, and I mean no power ever, that's ever going to beat the power of X. Peace.